not running, and I can open it in just one click. So easy access to my favorite things saves me clicks. Taskbar is great for launching programs, but a little thing we call jump lists help you jump straight to a specific place within an application. So with my one right click, I get the jump list for Windows Media Player, and it gives me recent songs I've listened to. The jump list for Word gives me recent documents I've been working on. And jump list for Messenger, common things that I do at Messenger. So no more hunting around for the things I was just using or just doing. 2 clicks, and I'm at it again. So you've just seen 5 very simple features, but they're great examples of how Windows 7 makes it easy to move between the things on your desktop, saving you time and making it easier to do what you want when you want to. Let's look at something and an example of where Windows 7 actually takes a complex task and makes that a lot easier. We know that 50% of US households have more than one PC. Now, I know a lot of the people in this room have probably been home networking your PC for years, but you probably had to set up a home network for your parents and your friends and your neighbors, too. Because for most consumers, setting up a home network is way too complicated. But in Windows 7, there's a feature called Home Group, and it sets up a home network very easily. So I set up a home network, and it didn't take me a whole Saturday to do it. In 3 steps and 2 minutes, I was accessing my other PCs and devices. So now, when I take my work laptop home to work late into the evening on very important stuff, did you hear that, Steve? Now I have access to my other home devices. My husband has the best music on his PC, so I can navigate to his PC just like it's my own hard drive and pick some music. We'll find something that's a little rockin' for tonight, just to keep you guys interested. And then I can either play that music on my PC, or with Play 2, I can send it to the Xbox in the living room. Very cool. So notice I could also send my husband some music on the Roku in his office. There are a lot of partners that are already set up great to work with Home Group. So now with Home Group, I can access the things I need when I need them across my PCs and devices. So let's switch over to this touch screen so I can show you how we're making a big investment in touch with Windows 7. Notice how some of the same tasks I was just doing with a mouse can also easily be done with touch. We built touch into the DNA of Windows 7 so that it's easy for our partners to create great touch-enabled applications. Here's one example of a cool multi-touch application. It's called Surface Globe. With a single touch movement, I can turn the globe, but I can use multi-touch to zoom in on a particular location. So I'm going to zoom in even further until we get to Manhattan and look a little closer at Midtown. Now, as we get closer and the buildings start to come into view, it becomes really interesting to then use another motion to tilt the globe so I can actually see the sides of those buildings. And I could move through Midtown Manhattan now from a street level. So we're really excited about touch with Windows 7 because we know that when we make it easier for our partners to build great touch-enabled applications, consumers get more ways to interact with their Windows PCs. There is so much more in Windows 7 I could show you, but I'm running out of time. So I encourage you to visit the Microsoft booth on the floor at CES. You can see more Windows 7, and you can play with our touch machines yourself. So life without walls, as Steve talked about it, means that you should be able to connect with the people and the stuff that's important to you, whether you're on your PC or on your Windows mobile phone. The new Internet Explorer will hit new Windows mobile phones this year. With it, I can not only find my favorite YouTube video, but I can also watch it because Flash is built right in. So now I have anywhere access to such video classics as Hamster on a Piano or Cat Flushing Toilet. And I can also do some slightly more productive tasks like check in for a flight or buy movie tickets or do banking transactions right on the mobile browser. Let's switch to this Samsung Omnia. I can show you how Windows makes it easy to both create great content and share it on the web. This phone has a 5-megapixel camera in it that also takes great panoramic shots. So notice how as I move the camera, as I turn, it leads me to where I should point the camera with that little yellow box, and then it takes the picture for me. And then it stitches it together really quickly. That's great. I could also adjust or crop the picture right on the phone, but you guys look pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and post it up to Windows Live so I can share it online. And now everybody who couldn't get a ticket to this keynote can feel like they're in the room. So I just did some cool things on my phone, but because my phone runs Windows, it was so easy to share that content online. And that's the key. Let's put the fun devices aside, and let's look at your life on the web. Windows Live brings Windows online, and the experience gets even better when I use Internet Explorer 8 as my browser. So Windows Live is about communicating and sharing, and you may have already used it to send emails, to IM with friends, or to post photos on a space. But we heard a lot of users talk about being overloaded by the time they spend going to multiple places online just to keep in touch with one set of friends and family. So with our newest release, we've made Windows Live into a place that also brings social updates on the web to you. Let's take a look. A good place to start is at home.live.com. Here you can see I have a lot of different content. I have access to my email, I have some headlines, but my favorite part of this page is the What's New feed, because it gives me updates on what my contacts are doing right here. And I noticed that my colleague Chris, who is on his way down to CES, has changed his status message to this very intriguing phrase in what looks like Russian. Now here's a way that Internet Explorer 8 makes it easy for me to figure out what my friends are doing. I highlighted the phrase, I get this accelerator box right next to it. If I click the accelerator box, I get some options for things to do with that text. I'm going to translate it using Windows Live, and I'm guessing that it's Russian, so we'll go ahead and change the language to see. I'm going to change it to Russian to English, and I find out that it means what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I hope so. So notice that accelerators give me an inline menu for things that I commonly want to do with content in any web page. So let's get back to Windows Live. In my What's New feed, I can also see that my sisters posted our holiday photos. So I'm going to throw caution to the wind and click through to the photo album. Now you can see that here's the photos, and with one additional click, I can actually put them into this beautiful Silverlight slideshow where the background changes to match the composition of each photo, which makes it a lot more fun to look at these and to show them off to people. So the What's New feed has tipped me off to the things my contacts are already doing at Windows Live. But the What's New feed also tells me what my contacts are doing online. Notice the variety of updates in this feed from places like Twitter, Flickr, Yelp. We have over 50 partner sites today, and the list is still growing. So you can get all of your favorite sites' updates right here in one What's New feed. And as Steve mentioned, our newest partner is Facebook. So pretty soon, when you post a new status message at Facebook or you share photos there, they'll show up in the Windows Live What's New feed. It truly brings all of your social updates together in one place. So from this homepage, we make it easy to click through and drill down on the services you use the most. So I'm going to take a look at Hotmail, because I want to show you how we're making email just a little bit more social. I have an email from my other colleague, Lon. He's here at CES, and he wants to know where we're going for dinner tonight. So everything I've showed you on Windows Live so far, you can do today. But since we're at CES, I want to show you one feature that's coming soon. Now, Lon wants to know where we're going to dinner, and I already made a reservation at Nobu. So I'm going to have to open up another browser window, go to Live Search, enter in the restaurant name, get to the site, find the address, copy the address, come back to the email, and paste it in, right? That's how it works. Hard to believe, but I think we found a better way. So I'll reply to Lon, and notice we get this quick add pane over on the right here. I go to restaurant search. Oops.